What's up, guys? Good evening to you. It is, in fact, 6 p.m. roughly, just before English time here, and I'm just waiting for WWDC to come on.
I think a developer would look like a geek.
And I'm going to be watching it on. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys.
Spiky hair, beard, a guy behind.
I'm going to be watching it up here on the TV. I'm not going to live tweet or anything like that. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy WWDC for once. But what I am going to do is every so often I'm going to pull out the camera and tell you guys what I think about what's going on and tell you what is going on, in fact. So, either way, I will see you in just a second for you. They're just running the advert at the moment, and it's a great advert. It's going on for a few minutes. But I just saw there's a kid on there with one arm, and he's got what they call an iLimb, and there's an app for it that tells it how to do certain functions with the hand. How cool is that?
A number of lives that they've enriched. So from all of Apple, thank you very much. This is a milestone year for this conference. It's the 25th anniversary of the conference. It started in 1990 with just 1,300 developers who gathered to talk about the System 7. And there was one lab in that developer conference. Now WWDC is a huge conference for Apple and a huge conference for all of our developers.
He's just waffling on about growth at the moment. Basically, the industry of PCs declined by 5%, Macs went up 12%, and there's now 80 million users using Mac, which is pretty cool, considering where they were 10 years ago. But they've also just announced that there's going to be a special release of a developer operating system, I think, that looks like maybe it's like going to be OS 11, but they're going to come on to that a little bit later. But that sounds very exciting. No details at all yet, but we'll come back to that a little bit later. They've just been sort of taking the piss out of the namings after Sea Lion and other stuff last year, and even made a joke about calling it OS 10 Weed, which is obviously a place in California. But they've now named it the one that everyone thought it was, which is Yosemite. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Where we're headed.
Yosemite, sorry, that's how it's said. Are they going flat? It does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Yeah, I would definitely say this has got very much an iOS 7 feel to it, which I like, by the way. I really want this. I want something new and flat and looking sexy, and that definitely does.
How about that?
They've just showed it, and it is all definitely flat, and it looks beautiful. I love a new look. I'm not someone who moans and whinges about bullshit. I embrace the change, and I really like the look of it. And they've also got a dark mode on OS 10, which looks really cool as well. They've added the Today View to Notification Center, which is awesome as well. They really needed to add that into OS 10.
You can get news feed,
they're just showing off the new Spotlight, and it looks very, very nice as well. Instead of being a little thing in the corner, they've really embraced it and put it in the middle of the screen, and they're enabling you to tap into external sources as well as your local files and whatnot. So he's just showing it now.
Live. So we see our beautiful new typography in our menus, this gorgeous new dock, and these beautiful icons. Let's launch an app. I'm going to start here with Maps.
They've just brought up iCloud Drive, which is essentially a drive in the Finder that enables you to get access to and see all of your documents. So you can actually now browse through the documents that are in iCloud instead of having to open them from within the application, which is awesome. And you can even get access to the documents that are from iOS iCloud in OS 10 iCloud as well. They've just also announced mail drop. So if you're sending a attachment through email and it's too big to send, it automatically uploads its iCloud and sends them a link. So it's a bit like Dropbox. So again, very, very cool functionality added into OS 10. Wow, they just announced a big one. AirDrop now works between iOS and the Mac. So you can now seamlessly send photos, videos, any kind of content between the two. They're just also talking about a thing called handoff now, where you're working on a document on your Mac or your iOS device. It automatically detects that you've got another device on the network, and then you can press a button and just automatically seamlessly switch between the two and continue working.
And you can pick up finishing that
Cool.
Your phone is nearby. When you go up to your Wi-Fi menu, your Mac, actually without any configuration ever having been done on your phone, sees your phone and prompts you. So you click it, and it automatically sets up a hotspot. You never type a password, and you're on the network that easily.
Yes, finally we can send SMS messages from the Mac and the iPhone, and they're all synchronized completely between the two. So iMessage and SMS, that is awesome.
Gives you caller ID.
Wow,
and you can even
this is so
accept
cool.
the call and use your Mac as a speakerphone.
Oh man, that is so awesome. Make and receive phone calls on your Mac via your phone.
And believe it or not, this works even if your phone is across the house in a charger. You never have to miss a call. Well, now that your Mac is all phone savvy, it's also a great way to dial the phone. So if you're in contacts and you want to dial a number, you can do it right there. And even on a web page, you see a number you want to call, you can call it right from your Mac. So I want to give you...
They just rang Dr. Dre from the Mac via the iPhone and had a chat with him. That was pretty goddamn cool. Yosemite is available today as a developer preview. Get in, I can't wait to download it. And when it comes out later on in the fall, it's going to be free.
And iOS 8 is a giant release. And it's really 2 stories, not one. It has great end-user features, but it also has incredible developer features. So you can extend your experience.
This developer thing, I thought it was to do with iOS 10.
Apps that you couldn't
But it's not, it's to do with iOS 8.
We'd like to get started with describing it. We're talking about the end-user features. And to do that, I'd like to...
And you see I have actions, so I can accept or decline this meeting right here. And of course, I'm going to use the device. If I'm in here, maybe playing some music here on iTunes Radio. I might get a notification. And if I do get a notification, I can just swipe down on it too. So here's one. Just swipe down. Now I get access to my keyboard. I can type right there. Now this works great for third-party apps as well. So for instance, looks like I got tagged on Facebook. I can like it right here with an actionable notification. And sometimes you receive notifications that you just really don't want to deal with right now, and you can just flick those away like that. That's really handy. Now, we've made getting at people easier than ever before, so if I just double tap my home button, see I have all the people I most recently communicated with, I swipe to the side, and I have access to all my favorites. If I tap on one, I have controls here to give them a phone call, iMessage them, or even FaceTime.
So we're now on iOS. I'm not quite so interested in iOS as I am with Macs, but they're just talking about this thing at the moment called, I think it's called ClearType or QuickType or something like that. Basically gives you predictions for typing before you type it. Like I say, I'm not really that interested in the iOS stuff, if I'm honest, unless they bring out something really quite cool, but all of this is pretty much mediocre stuff. They've also added something called Tap to Talk, and it gives you the ability to just press a button, talk, or send little video messages as well, all using the iPhone, iPad, or obviously it's probably supported on the Mac as well in Yosemite. They're on iOS at the moment, and they've just brought up the subject of health as part of iOS 8, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Of your metrics that you're most interested in your activity. But not just that, you can use third-party applications. Now, we carefully protect your privacy, so you have total control over which applications have access to which part of your healthcare information. But you can, for instance, provide different activity, weight, heart rate information to the Nike app, and Nike is working to integrate HealthKit, so they use that information to help you in your pursuit of your personalized fitness goals. Now, we're also working with the Mayo Clinic, innovators in healthcare, and with their integration with HealthKit, they're going to be able, that when a patient takes, let's say, a blood pressure reading, HealthKit automatically notifies their app, and their app is automatically able to check whether that reading is within that patient's personalized healthcare parameters and thresholds.
So anyway, they are now talking about the SDK and all that kind of stuff that doesn't interest most of you. So I'm going to leave it there today, but that was me live vlogging the WWDC event. We may well have extra things that I haven't spoken about on here that come towards the end, but I really need to wrap this up because I've got to go and eat dinner and all the rest of it. So if there's anything else that's of interest, I will obviously tell you guys tomorrow. But please do let me know what you think. I've been surprisingly pleased for once with WWDC. iOS 8, meh, whatever. But the new Mac, cannot wait to get my hands on that bad boy. Peace.